Get up. 3, 2, 1. I could just go for a walk. It's a nice day outside. Or I can make a cake. Or go out for lunch. Okay, 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. I'll get up. Don't want to do it.
Executive dysfunction can be one of the most difficult things that you ever deal with in your life. It can lead to low self-esteem. It can lead to poor confidence. It can lead to bad grades. It can lead to decisions that you make that don't necessarily represent who you are and what you want to do. And you have to understand that when you're neurodivergent, more specifically when you have ADHD, you struggle with this. ADHD is a condition where it's difficult to regulate your mood and your attention. And you have to understand that when you have ADHD, your frontal lobe develops a little bit later than the neurotypical person. And there's this part of your frontal lobe, it's called the prefrontal cortex. This helps you regulate your mood, helps you make decisions, it helps you stay organized. And when there's issues here, there's going to be a lot of issues in your life which are better explained by the diagnosis of ADHD. You have to understand that when you struggle with executive dysfunction, your whole life can be in disarray. You're going to be in relationships that don't necessarily serve you any good, but we're chasing dopamine, we're chasing that thrill. So we're on this roller coaster of a ride, and it's fun, the highs are really high, but those lows are so damn low. That further taints your self-esteem. And then you go to another person that looks nothing like the previous person, but you're having that same experience. You're struggling to manage your emotions and to regulate your attention and your concentration. And the executive dysfunction can be so damaging because when you are aware of the things that you have to do, but you don't really know how to get them done, it's this, I call it purgatory. It's like a version of hell where you are blindingly aware of the fact that I gotta do the dishes, I gotta go to the gym, I have to get my homework turned in, I have to mow the lawn, I gotta put gas in the car. You know you have to do these things, but you're sitting there on the couch stuck like this. You're not even watching TV, you're just stuck. And the voices are playing in your head, telling you, oh, I gotta do this, oh yeah, we gotta go here, we gotta go here, oh, we gotta do this too, oh, we gotta do this too. And then sometimes you'll go as far to get a to-do list, and you write out everything you have to do in the to-do list. You just list that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now you know what you have to do, but you still can't do it. And that's why ADHD is so frustrating, because ADHD, when you grow up with ADHD, you'll hear a couple of things in school. Teachers will say, oh, if he just applied himself, he could be such a good student. I got so tired of hearing that. And you can look at my report card, 2nd grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, high school. Kojo was such a smart student. If he just applied himself, he would do so well in life, but he doesn't want to. He appears to be lazy. He appears to be distracted by other things. He's trying to be the class clown. He's trying to make the girls laugh. Now, I was trying to make the girls laugh, but it wasn't until later that I realized that, okay, I have ADHD, and this condition makes it very hard for me to regulate my mood and to regulate my attention. So when it's a week from the completion of this group project, or the due date, I'm not really focused on it. But the closer we get to this, deadline, all of a sudden, like, I spring into action. Now I'm doing my work. Now I'm focused. And when there's a sense of urgency, an individual with ADHD will get something done. When you are naturally interested in something and you have ADHD, you're going to get it done. And that's why people who don't understand ADHD, they're so confused. They're like, oh, well, how come Johnny he plays the guitar, he's so awesome at the guitar, he could play Call of Duty for hours and hours and hours. But when it comes to math homework, he slacks off. He doesn't want to do his math homework. He doesn't want to do social studies. He goes to class late. It's because he's not naturally interested in these things. And that's okay for Johnny. But we live in a world where if you do things based off of how you feel in the moment, you're going to get penalized. You'll be punished. As an adult, we don't feel like doing our taxes all the time. We don't feel like going to the DMV and updating our license plates when we move to different states. But if you don't do these things, there are serious consequences. And this is where a lot of the pain comes from for people who are neurodivergent, especially those who have ADHD. Now, when you're autistic, you can also struggle with executive dysfunction. I see that a lot. But especially with ADHD, this is something that it can take over your whole life. And when you're able to understand that, all right, I'm not a bad person for knowing what I have to do, but not being able not having the tools to follow through with it. Then you can liberate yourself of that shame. You have to eliminate the shame. I say this all the time. And I'll be at the International ADHD Conference in Anaheim. And that's all I'll be talking about for my keynote speech. Eliminate shame and implement a system. Because when you're neurodivergent and you struggle to regulate your mood and your attention, yeah, you can have this hyperfixation where, all right, we're cleaning the house, we're doing good in school, we're doing all this stuff. But as you know, with a hyperfixation, at some point it's going to end. And then you're just sitting there like, I'm just waiting for the next burst of motivation. It's really difficult to build anything good. It's really difficult to build up your self-esteem when you're living life like that. What I'm saying is that it's not sustainable. So we have to eliminate the shame, number one. Then we need to implement a system for how we're going to live our lives. And with ADHD, also with autism, the suicide rates are higher, as it is with most mental illnesses. With bipolar disorder being the condition where you have the highest suicide risk. But you have to understand that when you have those thoughts of not wanting to be here, it's not that you don't enjoy life. It's just that you can't live life this way. You don't necessarily want to leave. You just don't want to live this way. And the way that you're living is not a way that anybody, if they had those cards, would want to live. So you've got to eliminate the shame, implement a system, then we'll take off like a rocket. So hopefully this made sense. If y'all are going to be in Anaheim on November 16th, I'll see y'all there for the keynote speech. If not, I'll be on live stream. Catch me on live stream for free. Join the Patreon group. The link should be in my bio, depending on what platform you're watching this on. Join the Patreon group. Ask me your questions there. You can sign up for the one-on-one live coaching if you want to, but you could really just join the live stream and catch me for free, and we'll talk through some of these issues, and we'll get you to where you want to be in life, right? Don't forget what I said. Eliminate shame, implement a system. Y'all have a good day.